Yo, how's everybody doing today? It's your boy Airboy, and I'm back with another FanBoyAaron review. And this time, I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Voyager class, Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. Now, quick little disclaimer. These are not a 3-pack. They are each sold separately. I'm just reviewing them all together because design-wise, they are pretty much exactly the same. It's the same case as like the Barricade and Blue Streak review, with the exception of colors and a few small other minor things. They are the exact same toy. And one more quick little disclaimer, and we're going to make this a quick part of the video. Skywarp, well, the thing about Starscream and Thundercracker are each packaged separately as they are in their own individual boxes by themselves. Skywarp here is a special case. These guys, as far as I know, you can get them anywhere individually. Skywarp here is a Amazon exclusive, and he's part of a 4-pack, which includes himself and 3 little Battle Masters. I believe the name of the pack is the Decepticon Phantom Strike Force, I think? I don't know. And I don't have any of their original packaging. I bought all 3 of these guys complete, but loose, on eBay, so I don't have the original packaging, unfortunately. So I don't exactly know everything about this guy's full set. I will go over what I do know. This one is named Pterodactyl, I believe. He is an axe that turns... or a pterodactyl that turns into an axe weapon, which can also kind of double as kind of a crossbow-like weapon, I guess. You also get this guy. I believe his name is Fracus. I think that was his name, and I believe initially this guy is paired with a Scourge, but I don't know exactly. Then we got this guy. I believe his name was Schutz. I think that was his name, Schutz. Something like that. I don't know. Don't have the original box. I just had what came in the boxes. Aside from these guys, you also got little effects parts for them all. You got this part for the axe. Just plugs in right there. Make it look like it's smashing down on something. And I think Fracus gets these blue pieces, I think. Again, I don't know for certain. If I'm screwing it up, I apologize. If not, well, yay for me. That don't look bad. And I think Schutz, whatever his name is, he comes with these little orange ones. And again, like all the Siege effects parts pieces, you can use them on the actual figures. Like, you can plug them into robot mode. Like, this is obviously going to be his leg in robot mode. You can make it look like he got shot in the leg or something. Or you can plug him on the back of the vehicle mode here and make it look like his thrusters are going off. That's something you can do. Again, there's a lot you can do with these effects parts. And these effects parts mainly come with the individual Battle Masters or the multi-packs. Now we'll finish taking a look at these guys, and then we'll get on to the main event. Now, these two have the exact same transformation. You just separate the arms, pull the legs up, pop the hip back a little bit. You take the gun, flip it down. Then there you go. You got him in his robot mode. Same thing with this guy. Separate the arms, pull the legs back, whoop the hip. Pull the gun down. And there you have him in his robot mode. This guy, it's different, but not that tricky. You just take this part, flip it in. Or you can flip it all the way down, or keep it in like that. It's up to you. You take this bit, fold it up, take the axe blades, pull them out. You take these little gray bits, you flip them down, those become his feet, and there you have Pterodactyl in his robot mode. Take a quick little look at each of them individually. Now, these guys are repaints of previous Battle Masters, but even still, They look pretty cool. I do like them. Here is Shoots. I think that was his name. He's done in purple and a grayish silver plastic. The camera to focus there. Got a little white Decepticon logo there on his chest. Yeah. You got a neat little head sculpt. I do like that little metallic blue, or is that green? No, metallic blue visor there on his head. I do like that. He doesn't look bad. Here we have Fracus. He's done in black and that grayish silver. He's got a little, it's a little tricky to see, but he does have a little Decepticon logo there in the middle of his chest. Like the dark cherry red for his face. As you can see, these guys have plenty of nice mechanical detail all throughout them. Here's Pterodactyl. Now, I do like the ingenuity, but he is my least favorite of the Battle Master designs. But even still, he's got a fair amount of detail, and I do like what little color they did use on him, like the light blue for his eyes in there and the black on the crest. Articulation-wise, these two have the exact same articulation. Nothing at the head. The arms are on ball joints. They can go out that far and go all the way around. Nothing there. Nothing there. Hips on a ball joint. You can kick about that high. They can go back all the way if you move the gun. They can do the full splits. And that's pretty much it. Pterodactyl, his head can move up and down, but that peg kind of is a little obnoxious. You can move the wings in and out, and each leg is on its own little hinge. And if you want, you can flip this part out too and make it look like a tail or something. You know, entirely up to you. And that pretty much covers these little Battle Masters. Now let's get back to the main event. That being Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. These guys... these guys are like easily some of the most popular and well-recognized Transformers characters. Like the Seekers, granted there's a lot of them, but these three are the main three. The ones that are most recognizable. Now we're going to take a look at each of their vehicle modes individually. Now, they have the same vehicle mode, but again, they don't share color. So first we'll take a look at Starscream, who is done in a light gray, a little bit of dark gray, some red and blue, little bits of transparent orange here and there. And granted, it's a case for all of them, but the vehicle mode is just the backpack covering up the robot mode, so it is a little bit of a shell former, but, you know, not the end of the world. So there's Starscream in his, I believe it's called a Tetrajet mode. I believe that's what this vehicle is called. It's Cybertronian jet, that's all I know. And granted, I don't like how the chest plate is just kind of sticking out in the back here, but, you know, not the end of the world. I mean, I think these parts here on this pecs are meant to kind of be like intake engines or whatever they're called. So, you know, it's not too bad. Overall, Starscream looks pretty good. And each Seeker comes with these pair of null rays. And you can plug them in here or here. Really up to you. Me personally though, I like to put them under the wings. So there we have Starscream with his weapons. And yeah, that don't look too bad. Here we have Thundercracker. As far as I know, molded detail and all that, it's exactly the same. It's just the main colors that are different. And I think Thundercracker here has a slightly different head sculpt, which I'll get into in the robot modes. As you can see, they all have that kind of a weathering, battle damage paint splatter on them. And, yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Really depends on how well it's done. Like, I think it's okay on Skywarp. I think Skywarp is okay. Starscream's is passable. I don't know. I don't think it's too fitting for Thundercracker, though. I think the silver scratch marks kind of mess it up. As you can see, he's done mostly in a blue, black, and red. Little bits of very little bits of gray here and there. You see, you don't look half bad. And again, it comes with these two little null rays. And they plug in right there. And a quick note, all three of them can hold these Battle Masters if you want them to. You know, it's a 5mm port connection. Any transformer with that connection can hold them. So, I'm not going to show it. Just take my word for it. Anyway, here's Skywarp. His Tetrajet mode is done in a black, purple, and silver. And as far as color schemes go, I think Skywarp is probably the best looking out of all of them. I think these colors work very, very well, and it was executed very, very well. I do like the colors on this guy a lot more than Thundercracker and Starscream. So, yeah, that don't look half bad. Here, the Decepticon symbols are a little tricky to see on this guy, but they are there. And again, comes with null rays. They plug right in. Just like so. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a closer look at one of these null rays. Detail-wise, they're exactly the same. The only difference is color. Take a closer look at what those guns look like. There you go. They kind of look like modified heavy sniper rifles. Not that I know anything about guns. And the three of them together do look really, really good. Now, again, I was never the biggest fan of the G1 stuff, but I will say these three definitely were the better parts of it that I enjoyed. Seeing these three working together or butting heads was always a joy for me to watch. Anyway, we're not going to do too many comparisons here since there's three right next to each other, but I will do a couple. Here they are next to the Siege Barricade. So you can get a sense of how they scale with a car. And again, Barricade shares the same design with like 3 or 4 other Siege figures, so you're getting multiple comparisons. And just because, here they are with Earthrise Optimus Prime. I would do Siege Optimus Prime, but I don't have Siege Optimus Prime, and now I don't need Siege Optimus Prime because I have Earthrise Optimus Prime. He's the only Optimus Prime I need that's G1 inspired. So yeah. Alright, we're done. Now, let's get down to the transformation. Now, since they all share the same design, the transformation is exactly the same for all three of them. So I only need to do it with one for you guys to get the idea. Now, who's going to be my guinea pig? Let's do Starscream. I'll just transform these guys off camera. Starscream I'll do on camera. What you want to do, first you want to remove the null rays. Then when you come back here, you'll take this panel, flip it up. Maybe I should turn on my autofocus, maybe that'll help. Then you want to come underneath here, separate the wings from the arms. Just give them a little pull up. I screwed up, that wasn't supposed to happen. Just pretend that didn't happen. I clearly did something wrong, but yeah, it's not broken, thank God. I just forgot to move this out of the way a little better, pulling those wings up. Anyway, what you want to do now is separate the arms from the legs. As you can see, they tab into those little slot holes there for those two little slot peg things. What you want to do is you want to pull the legs away from the body. Then after that, you want to come back here, pull the nose cone completely apart. Then pull this part up. It's on a double hinge in there. You pull it up a bit, give you some clearance. Then you take the nose cone sections and you swing them completely around. I do love that little bit of the transformation. Very nice touch. You come up here, you take the 3 thrusters, pull them back, bring it up. You'll hear it kind of click into place. You just fold it up. Then we move up, we rotate the waist around so that the orange bit is facing forward. Come down to his feet, pull his toes, pull out his heel spurs, do that on both sides. Then we come to this part here. It's on a double hinge. You just bring it up and over, flush against his chest. Then we come back here. Right, once you do that, it should push the head out to where you can reach it. You just pull it up, and you notice there's a little panel back here. Now it's clipped into the back of the head, so you got to kind of pull it a little bit to separate it. You just flip it. Just flip it down, flush against its back. When you bring the backpack down, and you see that there's 2 slots meant for that little connection point right there on both sides. Make sure everything's lined up correctly. Click it together. There we go. And we're about done. All that's left is his arms. And I do like the transformation of his arms. What you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to rotate it so the hinge is facing up. Do it on both sides. Get your finger in there. Pull the panel out. Flip the hand out. Flip the panel back up. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing you want to do. You want to pull the arm out. It's on a double hinge. Then you flip the panel up. Just do the same thing on the other side. And I think we are done. I believe. Let me double check. Let's see. I think we got it. We got it. Good. Yep. Hooray. And here we have Starscream in his robot mode. And again, you just take little guns, and there are ports in his hands. You can use them as handheld weapons, or you can plug them here in the arms. But if you're a traditionalist like me, you know the right place for these guns is right here on his shoulders. And that looks pretty cool. Alright, we got Starscream finished. Go ahead and get Thundercracker and Skywarp out of the way. Just let me focus. There we go. Alright, hold on a sec. Oh, really quick, I just realized one little error I made with the transformation. This little panel that was clipped to the back of the head, you actually want that sticking straight out. So these 2 little pegs will go into those slots. We'll go into a couple little slots. Focus. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 2 slots on each little shoulder tower here that are meant to go into that thing when you attach them to the back. There we go. That's the proper transformation. Alright. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, we're good. Here we have Thundercracker. Move him back here. We got a nice group shot. And here we have Skywarp. And here they all are in their robot modes, and I have to say, I am really, really digging it. I absolutely love these guys. It's taken me right back to 2010, I believe, when the Transformers War for Cybertron video game came out. The chapter where you got to play as these guys was one of my favorite parts of that video game. Hearing them interact with each other. It was always so funny. And I'm getting a lot of good classic War for Cybertron vibe from these guys. I mean, I know they're from the War for Cybertron line. I'm talking like the War for Cybertron video game that came out before this. Well before this. Like, this is the second time they used the same name for a different line. It's confusing. Anyway, here you have Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker in their robot mode. And as I just said, I'm just repeating myself now because I'm confused. Let's just take a closer look at them, shall we? Okay. Now again, with the exception of one minor detail plus their colors, they are the exact same design. So, we'll take a quick look here at all 3 of them. There we have Starscream in his robot mode. Then in the red, light gray, either light gray or eggshell white, whatever you pick your poison, I don't care. In the blue, with the orange cockpit there on the chest. As you can see, it's a fairly clean transformation. I mean, you got this stuff on his backpack, but, you know, It's not the worst backpack. And, you know, you got the dirty, silverish brown weathering damage paint work on them. Again, it's debatable. It depends on the figure for me. On Starscream, I don't think it really works out. That one, we're going to take a little look at Thundercracker. Now, one quick note. As far as details go, these two have the exact same. Thundercracker, however, he has one little thing that makes him unique. His head sculpt. I'm going to bring them here. As you can see, Skywarp and Starscream both have the same general face. Kind of a resting, basic face. Thundercracker, on the other hand, has a light smirk going on with his head sculpt. And I'm thinking I'll probably take this head off and swap it with Starscream's because the light smirk seems more like a Starscream kind of thing. Well, anyway, here's Thundercracker. As you can see, I mean, the silver works a little better than Starscream's dirty brown, but I don't think it works too well with the shade of blue they went with for Thundercracker here. But all in all, though, still not bad. Now again, color-wise, my favorite here is Skywarp. Black, gray, and purple. Traditional Decepticon colors. Pretty hard to top that. As you can see, he looks really, really good. And the silver weathering details on this guy matches up a lot better than the other two's weathering detail. And they all got the same colored cockpit. Alright, articulation. Again, same design, so they have the same articulation. They got a ball joint at the head, so they can look up that far, down that far. It can rotate all the way around. Shoulders are on ball joints. Well, they're not on ball joints, but they can go all the way around. There is a butterfly joint at the elbow, which is meant to help aim the guns when they're on the shoulder. I do like that. They can go in and out. There is bicep rotation. Double jointed elbow, so you get a full elbow bend, which I do like. There is wrist articulation, surprisingly. Usually they don't do that with arms that transform like this guys, but with these guys, like these guys. So that's a pleasant surprise. They also have waist rotation. It is limited due to everything being clipped together back here, but you do get a bit of rotation. Legs can go up that high. They can go back about that far before the backpacks get involved. Of course, if you move them out of the way, maybe you can get a little further. They can do the full splits. There is thigh rotation, although it does kind of move the leg out a little bit just due to how wide the thighs are. But, you know, that's not too bad. They have a full knee bend, and that's thanks to a little trick with the transformation. This little back piece here on the back of all their legs has a little spring in it. I do like that. That's a neat little touch. And there's no rotation at the feet. However, the toes can move up and down. It can move. The foot itself can move up and down, and you do get a bit of ankle tilt. Depending on how far you move it up, I think it gives you a little bit more ankle. Okay, it really doesn't. Never mind. You get about that much ankle tilt. So, yeah. These guys are actually very, very posable, and I do absolutely like that. Now, the new Earthrise ones came out around the time I'm recording this. And as far vehicle mode-wise, I do prefer the Earthrise. However, from my understanding, the Earthrise versions of these guys are not nearly as posable. So I think I'm probably just going to stick with these guys. They do look really, really good. I am so satisfied with these guys, and I'm so happy I was finally able to get my own copies of them. They've been eluding me for so long, especially Skywarp. He is not easy to find. I'll go ahead and straighten out Starscream here. And again, if you want, you can totally take a Battle Master and give it to these guys. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and transform these guys off camera real quick. Alright, there we go. If you want, you can totally arm these guys up with the Battle Masters. I mean, Skywarp came with 3, and maybe that was the idea. Skywarp coming with 3 of these, so each member of his personal team would have one. So I'll tell you, we'll give Fracus to Skywarp. We give Shroot Thundercracker. Now again, I know continuity and story-wise, these guys never used Battle Masters or Target Masters or Battle Masters, whatever you want to call them, to my knowledge. But still, it's a neat little gimmick, and since Skywarp came with them, you might as well do it, you know? I don't think I'll display them like this, but if you want to, you have the option, and it would help if it would fucking plug into Starscream's hand. There we go. There we go. Now, if you want to give these guys their own little Battle Master, you totally can. And that's a neat little feature. Alright. Let's do some comparisons, shall we? I'll go ahead and wrap this up real quick. Again, I'm not going to do too many comparisons since you got 3 right next to each other, but here they are next to Siege, Barricade. As you can see, they're a bit taller than Barricade, as they should be. Just see how they look next to a fellow Decepticon. And here they are next to Voyager, Earthrise, Optimus Prime. Or, not Voyager, Leader Class Earthrise, Optimus Prime. As you can see, Prime is a bit taller than they are. Which, again, they should be. He should be a little taller than them, I believe. Alright, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Now, as they stand, they are each about a little over 6 inches tall, and at the time of release, Starscream and Thundercracker each are going for about $30 a piece. Skywarp, on the other hand, due to the fact that he comes with these 3 Battle Masters, I believe his initial price range, again, he was an Amazon exclusive, I believe his price was $50, I think. But to my knowledge, I don't think he's available on Amazon anymore. They might have restocked on him. I don't know. All I know is that at the time that I'm aware of, which is now, he is not available on Amazon, and his prices are... he's going for a little over $100 by himself. I got lucky. I found all 3 of them together for a reasonable price. Skywarp by himself, yeah, not that cheap. Now, do I think they are worth the price and worth the trouble of trying to get? I want to say yes, but the price for Skywarp, my God. You know what? I'll cut these guys some slack. If you are willing to pay the price, I do believe these guys are worth investing in. They are very, very fine additions to anyone's Transformer collection. They are just smothered in mechanical detail, great articulation, great colors. Again, just because I like his colors a bit more, that doesn't mean I hate theirs. I just like his a little more. They look great, they work great, they feel great. Everything about them, I just love it. Again, Skywarp by himself, not that cheap, but if you can get them, get them. If you get all 3 of them, get all 3 of them. I highly recommend having either one. And these 3 aren't the only Seekers that share this same design. There's also a 3-pack consisting of 3 Seekers whose names I can't remember. And a Generation Selects figure, I believe his name was Redwing. I might grab him, I don't know. And there's also the new one for the Netflix series called Hot Link. I don't think I'll get him. He basically just looks like Skywarp. So, there you have it. This has been the Transformers Siege Voyager class Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. Now, if you liked this review, hit that like button, leave a nice comment, and enjoy the rest of your day. And join me next time when I do the next episode of the Lego Bionicle Baraki. And until then, I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.